Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 51 of the regular season, where the Rangers win 4-3 over the Vancouver Canucks. The kids are kicking incredibly dope. Rangers get on the board first in this game. K'Andre Miller with the puck in our defensive zone. K'Andre Miller will be brought up a lot of times in this game. He was a busy player this evening. Nice pass up the boards. Banks it to Vincent Trocheck. He carries into the offensive zone. Quick peek at the blue line to see where Kreider is. He knows Kreider was on his horse, and when he is moving, there are a few players faster than him. Nice pass from Trocheck, not even taking his eyes off the goalie. No indication for a pass here. Off a bit of a Vancouver defender, but over beautifully to Chris Kreider, tips it in, and the Rangers have a 1-0 lead early in this game. A little over a minute later, K'Andre Miller, again, busy night, has it at the blue line, pass up to Capo Caco. Underrated play. Capo Caco through Stillman, through a stick, fighting hard to get this pass over to Philip Hedl, and Hedl has the puck. This is not an early in the season Philip Hedl. Not a Philip Hedl that simply will shoot it immediately, panic-stricken, trying to get it on net, hoping something to slip through. Oh, no. This is a confident, calm, cool, and collected Philip Hedl who is kicking incredibly dope forehand, backhand, beautiful backhanded shot. Just nasty. One might even say it was filthy, and the Rangers have a 2-0 lead. And just as I praised the Rangers for two pretty darn nice goals, I will now completely tear them down because, holy God, this was a bad goal to allow. Quinn Hughes has it in his defensive zone, mind you, and just begins his slow saunter down towards our net. And no defense, no pressure, no anything. I mean, Brandon Schneider and Harper just are staring at him. They're staring at him. They're doing absolutely nothing. And he was alone. He was alone, just waltzes in. Garland from a nice feed. Beautiful shot. That goal was just lordy Lou. So you head into the second period, a little less than 6.5 minutes gone, and this goal was pretty funny. It's the kids line out again, passing it around. Miller has it at the blue line, passes over to Jacob Trouba. Big slapper, starts pinballing off of some skates. This is going in. This is 100% going to be a goal. Alexei Lafreniere did not have to tip it home, but he does. It's his goal. Jacob Trouba, after the OT winner 2 nights ago, said, hey, we would have been happy for any player, but we're specifically happy that it was Lafreniere because he's been doing a lot of work. He's been trying real hard, and so good for him for getting the goal. Hopefully he has a similar sentiment to tonight because that was 100% a Trouba goal, but Laffy gets it, and the Rangers have a 3-1 lead. So it's late in the second period now, and it's in the Rangers' defensive zone. It's a bad turnover. Along the boards, JT Miller gets it. Nice pass over to Puck Colson. And I get that it was kind of deflected off of Artemi Panarin. You could tell that, and this is not a bad thing, this is just a fact. I don't mean it as slander or anything negative. You could tell that Igor Shesterkin had not faced meaningful shots in almost 2 weeks tonight. This was, again, I get it was deflected off of Panarin, but you'd love a save there. So you head into the third period with only the 1-goal lead, and you'd love for an insurance goal, but it just, for a long while, they never really had any great chances. But late in the third period, the Rangers have it in the offensive zone. Artemi Panarin over to Jacob Trouba. Big ol' slapper, tipped off of Mika Zibanejad. Zibanuary, but this is the February edition of Zibanuary, opposed to the January edition, which was still Zibanuary. You understand what I'm saying. I'm making a joke of the month, because every month Mika Zibanejad is very good. He's a very good player, can you believe it? And he tips it in. The Rangers have a 4-2 lead, and phew! You can take a 11 seconds after the Rangers take the 4-2 lead, the Canucks get a goal, and it's a face-off, one at center ice, and they just kind of pass it around their zone. Quinn Hughes fires one into the Rangers zone on his side. It was tipped into the zone, debatable, and it takes a weird bounce, like right off the backboards, and comes out like 2 feet in front of Igor Shesterkin, and then Elias Pettersson, who was just nooming into the offensive zone, just kind of pokes at it, and it pops up. That was a really nice play from Elias Pettersson. Good on him for being quick. That could have been an icing. That being said, That being said, this was 100% on the Rangers. It absolutely astounds me that grown men do not take to heart the same lesson that children do, which is play through the whistle, or in this case, play as if there is never going to be a whistle. Just never assume there's going to be a whistle. You could tell the Rangers were all thinking this was going to be an icing, and it wasn't called. 2 questions for this play. One of them I can answer definitively. The first question, which is, should it have been an icing? My response to that is, I don't know. The question I can answer for you is, should the Rangers have played hard and actually, went towards the puck? Oh, God, yes, they should have. They didn't. Pettersson's able to go in. Someone's got to be there. They weren't. And they make it a 1-goal game again, 15 seconds after you think, all right, we're good. But they don't get the tying goal. The Rangers end up winning the game, a game in which there were 7 goals on 46 combined shots. Holy Lord, you could tell both goaltenders were a little rusty after the break. We'll start defensively for the game, and what I think is so funny is I think each defensive pair had like one horrific play tonight, and that was about it. That being said, each bad play resulted in a goal. You had the Schneider Harper pair, couldn't think of it there for a second, who just stopped playing entirely. Both controllers turned off simultaneously on the first goal. You had Fox and Lindgren, I believe it was Fox with the turnover in our defensive zone that led to the second goal, and Trouba and Miller not playing, just expecting there to be a whistle and giving up on what would be the third goal. That being said, 25 shots. I want to say the expected goals for Vancouver tonight was like 1.7. It was extraordinarily low. I thought the defense had a pretty solid night. Shesterkin, again, you could tell that he hadn't faced meaningful shots in about 2 weeks, and that's not a bad thing. He's got to get his mind right. And it happened in a win, which is, you're happy when those things happen in wins, where it's like, okay, that wasn't great, but it didn't cost you anything. Offensively, I thought the Rangers actually looked pretty good for only getting 21 shots on net. I liked the lines a lot. The lines are really good. They need to stay this way. The fourth line can be a rotating carousel of whoever you feel like putting out there. But the first 3, they have got to stay concrete, right? Because the thing is, they're occasionally hit or miss, right? The first line of Panarin, Mika, and Vesey can be hit or miss. So can the third line, at least what I'm going to say is the third line, of Trocheck, Kreider, and Gaudreau. That being said, the chance that all 3 lines are going to be just off on the same night is practically non-existent. And when any of the lines, any of the 3 are cooking, even the third line, when they're cooking, they can completely take over a game. The Kids line looks fantastic. They have come out of their shell the past few games before the All-Star break, and now Hedl is having a really, really nice season. Lafreniere is starting to find his own zone, which is fantastic. Kakko continues to be great, and so if you have Hedl as just the sort of mini Mika, which is funny because there was the mini Mika joke that I made last season, but if he can just sort of be that mini Mika who's good anywhere on the ice, all 200 feet, Kakko can pass it around, and Lafreniere can kind of be a bit of a playmaker / crease rat. That's a great line, right? They look great together. Please, for the love of God, don't split them up. Very strange, but on the third line, the relationship and the connection already that Trocheck and Kreider have is pretty insane, since they've only been teammates for a season and haven't even spent the full season on the same line with each other. And yeah, the first line, again, can be hit or miss. That being said, I think they're going to hit more often than they don't. So I'm perfectly fine with those being the lines. Please, for the love of God, keep them as that for the rest of the season and just let them continue to build the chemistry. I beg. So the Rangers get their second win coming out of the All-Star break, and they head into Friday night's game, still in Madison Square Garden, facing off against the Seattle Kraken. These are not last year's Seattle Kraken, mind you. The Kraken are good, man. They are good and fun, and that game should be fantastic. Again, that's Friday night in Madison Square Garden at 7 o'clock. I'll be here afterwards to talk about it, but that is all I have to say for the evening. So, if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.